Hello again, WildTube. To my subscribers, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And today we're going to discuss and talk about Linux in the open source community. So the topic for today is about Red Hat Linux. So we all know the news that the Red Hat Linux had made sudden changes on their policy. So one of my friends asking, what will happen now? Is Red Hat going to switch from the open source environment to closed source environment? So as per checking with in the internet regarding for this policy, Red Hat did not switch to a closed source. Okay, just to make it clear, Red Hat is still open source, but Red Hat made some changes in the way it makes the source code work, or how the source code release. So we know that in the previous months and years, a real source code was available to everyone, even if customers were not paid. Okay, so this allowed developers to create their own real distributions like CentOS, uh, Alma Linux, and also uh, uh, Rocky Linux, if you heard this distribution. But after that, in the last June 2023, Red Hat announced that access to the source code will be restricted to paying customers. So this change drew some criticism, also discouragement from the open source community. Okay, they felt that they are being betrayed by Red Hat because they've got commitment in the open source community to release codes or better codes from the Red Hat Linux kernel. But Red Hat defended this change as per checking of some articles in the internet. They say that it needs to protect their intellectual property and ensure that Red Hat remains stable and reliable platform for developers. They also said that the source code will be made available to the community, but through a subscription service. So how much the subscription service? Maybe it will be there's a increase of the prices, or maybe there is a reduce in the prices. So hoping that the Red Hat will make the subscription more affordable for the single users. For me, it's too early to say that and for the long-term effects of the Red Hat decision. However, it's clear that these changes created some division with the open source community, if this policy is good or bad. And also, as per checking, there are some reason why Red Hat have made this change. So first, as what I mentioned earlier, to protect their intellectual property. Second, they want to ensure that Red Hat is stable and reliable. And third, they want to maximize their revenue for the real subscription. So maybe they want a more profit for the future development with the Red Hat Linux source code. Also, they want to distinguish their distribution as unique to the other open source or open source distribution. So it is important to know that Red Hat did not say that they will never make the Red Hat source code available to the community again. Though they are once again clear this and they're determined to make it available free of charge. You must subscribe, or you must subscribe with them. So that's why these changes have a really very big changes, very big issues, and also division to the open source community on how they will handle this situation for the long term support as Linux users. I saw an article. This is still related to the Red Hat fiasco happened in the last month. That Oracle wants to join with the Linux Code War. So I will show it to you the article. It said here, Oracle takes on Red Hat in Linux code fight. So what is this? So Oracle wants to, as per checking on this article, Oracle wants to protect the intellectual property and the Red Hat Linux based Linux kernel to stay as open source. But we all know that Red Hat they include some significant amount of proprietary code in the Linux kernel, which recognize this and seeks to ensure that Oracle intellectual property is protected. Okay, so to compete with the Red Hat in the Linux market, because Red Hat is the leading provider in the Linux solution for the enterprise, Oracle wants to capture this market share and believes that the best way to do is to compete with Red Hat at the code level. So this is interesting, hoping that Oracle will help resolve these issues in the past months regarding for the Red Hat changes or the policy changes on how they release the source code or their source code. So again, it's too early to how the Linux code war between Oracle and Red Hat will play out. However, it is clearly a major development in the world of Linux, and it will be interesting to see how it unfolds. So guys, thank you for listening my blog regarding to the Red Hat Linux fiasco in the past months. So again, thank you for listening. God bless. And before I forgot something. Let's be a peaceful let's resolve this issue in a peaceful manners, and hoping that in the future the Red Hat or the Linux community will still be the winner on these changes. Again, thank you very much. Bye bye guys.